The sun had just crested the horizon, casting warm light over the waterfront lodge and surrounding estate. The morning was calm, but beneath the serene facade, tension crackled like electricity in the air. Karen's obsession had reached another audacious peak. Phony HOA officers had been dispatched to loot the lodge. Their mission was simple: to seize valuables, disrupt operations, and assert imaginary authority over property that legally belonged entirely to me. But they were walking straight into a trap. I was already overseeing security protocols from the central pavilion when the alert came in. Sensors along all approach paths detected unauthorized movement. Drones overhead captured 3 dark figures moving in coordination toward the lodge, attempting to remain unseen. My tactical squad, composed of former Marines, law enforcement veterans, and trained family members, was already in position, hidden but ready to act at a moment's notice. Every access point, every window, every potential route had been anticipated and secured. As the intruders reached the lodge, attempting to open doors and climb over fences, I stepped forward with credentials clearly displayed, voice calm and authoritative. "This is private property. You have no authorization here. Any attempt to loot or trespass will be met with immediate tactical and legal consequences." The intruders hesitated for a moment, their confidence shaken by the visible authority and unseen preparedness of the defenders. But Karen's instructions had emboldened them. They pressed forward, hoping to overwhelm the lodge before full defensive measures were enacted. I signaled subtly, and the tactical team moved with precision. Barriers were deployed along entry points, non-lethal deterrents positioned to guide the intruders into containment zones, while drones monitored their every step, transmitting real-time footage back to the command center. Every move they made was anticipated, every escape route controlled, and every potential advantage neutralized. Karen, watching from her vehicle at the edge of the property, realized too late that her plan had failed. She began shouting into her phone, demanding intervention, but law enforcement had already been briefed. My credentials, the legality of my property, and the strategic readiness of the estate made any external support irrelevant. Her obsession had placed her in a position of total vulnerability. The intruders, realizing they could not proceed without being intercepted, attempted a retreat, but even this had been accounted for. Tactical squad members silently guided them off the property, non-lethally disarmed, and documented for legal proceedings. Every action was recorded, every attempted incursion logged, and the attempted looting thwarted without incident. I walked through the lodge, inspecting the grounds and checking that all systems were operational. Nothing had been touched, nothing stolen, and the estate remained intact. My spouse and child joined me, the infant secured in their arms, observing the aftermath of the failed intrusion. "She never stops," my spouse said quietly, shaking their head. "No," I replied, "but every attempt only reinforces the futility of her obsession. Preparation, strategy, and lawful authority always prevail." By late morning, the estate returned to calm. The lodge, the waterfront, and the surrounding grounds were untouched. Karen's phony officers had been neutralized, their authority nullified, and her interference documented as repeated harassment and unlawful activity. The attempted looting had escalated her obsession to criminal levels, yet tactical readiness, legal authority, and meticulous planning had preserved the property, the lodge, and the family once again. The estate stood serene, untouchable, and fully under control, a testament to preparation, foresight, and the futility of reckless ambition.